Hi guys, it's me again. Starting off with my Pond's Clarins Bay moisturizer as usual, and I'm just moisturizing my lips with this lip balm vitality thing from It Cosmetics. I'm gonna be recreating this look that I did probably a year ago with my Flamingo Pro palette. And as the video goes on, you're gonna realize this look is a little familiar. Remember that eye look that I did last week with my base foundation routine? Well, this is it. I'm starting off with a eye primer and my concealer. The eye primer is from Tarte Cosmetics and my concealer is from LA Girl. It's in Cool Tan. Just mixing them together, dabbing them all over my eyes, not being too picky about it. And I'm leaving some left over for a little bit later. So what I wanted to show here was really the difference between using the foundation brush or a brush and using the Beauty Blender. I used to be, or rather the Morphe Sponge Blender. I used to be a hardcore sponge person, but then I found that brushes have become my go-to. And while blending out the primer and concealer concoction, I found that it was a little bit patchy with the sponge. And of course, because it's a really hot day and there's breeze blowing my hair all over the place, I had to tie everything up, so excuse me. And just excuse me a moment while I fawn over this amazing palette that my boyfriend Don got for me. I'm just going in with my trusted, tried and true, can't remember the name of it, brush, the dual-ended brush, and I'm going in with this shade called Lemonade as my transition. You're probably going to be hearing the word transition shade be thrown around a lot between many makeup artists, many makeup gurus, whatever you want to call them or us. And a transition shade, basically it preps your eyes for the colors that you're going to be using. So I start with Lemonade, going into a gradient, and going in again with Popsicle, which is an orange shade. And it blends, the way that it blends everything together, it gives a really nice gradient and it makes everything look seamless. And here I am just blending everything down and just kind of blowing it out, as is another term that is used a lot to describe this. So I go back and forth between both of them, both Lemonade and Popsicle, just to get everything really cohesive. And I'm going with these shades in my crease and a little bit above my crease as well, and just checking to make sure that they're even enough. Using a really loosely packed fluffy brush for this is fantastic. You use a light hand. Here I am going in with Sandals, and I'm going directly in my crease and a little bit lower instead of above. I don't want Sandals to be mixing with Lemonade and Popsicle. I want them to be blended together, and so that you don't see where Lemonade, Popsicle, or Sandals start and you don't see where they finish either. It's a nice, even, smooth transition between them. And just to blend them again, I keep going back in with Lemonade, going back in with Popsicle as well, just to make sure everything is cohesive. Just looking for a brush. So this is my first brush change since the video, or since the look has started, and this is a dual-ended brush, as you can see, from Eco Tools. These are really nice bamboo brushes, and I'm using a flat, it's an eyeliner brush I believe, but I think it's a little too thick for my preference for eyeliner, and I'm using the shade Beach Ball, which is a nice teal greenish blue kind of color, and I'm using that to sketch out this winged shape. Next, I'm using an angled fluffy brush. I've never seen a brush like this before. It's from this set that Donovan also gave me from City Color. And I'm using it just to blend the beach ball a little bit because I'm going for a bit of a dramatic look here. So this brush is another dual-ended one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, however you say it. It came with the Subculture palette that I got myself like a couple years ago when it came out. And I'm using Sunny's, which is a matte black shade from the Flamingo Pro palette, and I'm just using that to create this wing, this very rough winged out shape on the outer third of my eye and putting a little bit on the inner third of my eye, leaving the centers blank. It was really just like me to figure out how to do a dark smoky eye with a summer palette. But really and truly, we have Donovan to thank for this look, because I remember when he gave me this palette and I was gonna play around with it. I told him to pick 2 shades and he picked the darkest and the lightest shade in the palette, and I was quite annoyed, but I managed to come up with this look that you see here. So I'm gonna be blending out the black with a very small blending brush, also from Eco Tools, and I'm gonna be going back and forth between the black a little bit and beach ball, just so it doesn't look super harsh, because it can look very stark against my skin, because it is of course black eyeshadow. So we just want everything to still look a little bit soft and a little bit just put together basically. So I'm blending it, making the edges soft and getting that perfect wing shape. So I'm finally going in with Sandals again on my initial fluffy brush and mixing in Popsicle and Lemonade again, just because those colors might have gotten lost with the blending of the black and beach ball. And just blending everything together again. You see there's a lot of blending here. And now I'm going in with this concealer brush from Kala, and remember that leftover concealer from earlier. I'm just going to be cleaning up the center of my eyelid a little bit just to prep it for the shade Sand to create this matte halo eye. Using a fluffy flat brush from Eco Tools. I don't mean for it to be fluffy, I just kind of picked up a flat brush. If you decide to do this look with a shimmery eyeshadow, my favorite tool is actually just using my finger. And I'm using a clean brush here, also from the City Color brush set, just to blend everything together again, just to blend that black and the sand color as well. I'm using Flip Flops and another flat brush just as my highlighter, which you would have seen me using it as my highlighter in my last base makeup video. Now I'm just doing my under eye. I don't normally go for a crazy under eye. I just take normally 2 or 3 shades from the eye look that I used on the top lid and just bring it down to the bottom lid. So I'm using a little bit of beach ball here, just using it on the line by my lashes there. And I'm using another fluffy brush and Sandals just to blend everything out. Not going to be bringing down the whole look for my lower lash line. The star of this is really the dramatic wing that we have going on. And I'm using this adorable tiny little brush for my inner corner. I love taking shadows or a highlighter and just having basically the same color throughout. I feel put together. I feel like I have everything in order. Everything in my life is in order if my brow bone, inner corner highlights, and cheekbones are just glowing with the same color. I don't know why I'm weird like that. And I'm using Kajal. There is no brand on it. There's just this random gold sticker on it. I'm sorry, but I just use plain old Kajal, and I use that in my waterline and my top line, just to tight line. This is a mascara from It Cosmetics. It's called the Superhero. It just has Superhero and It on it, so it makes my lashes pop a lot. And doing that same trick that I normally do, my lower lash line first and then my top lashes afterwards, just so I don't have any risk of messing up my makeup. Just cleaning off the brush and going at it again. Just about done, but it can't be a look done by me without eyeliner, so I'm going in with the Physicians Formula one and doing the same method here as well that I normally do. The measuring, doing the last line first, and then doing the rest of my eye, drawing on some shapes, making some mistakes, getting eyeliner all over my face. As you remember, I started off my base face video with cleaning up some errors and some fallout and things like that with micellar water and a cotton pad. So that's why I do my eyes first for this look. And just take a little look at my eyes, and bye bye. Thank you for watching.